Every year, the biggest complaint that I hear from gardeners is that their back hurts because they had to come out and weed. Today we're going to look at some strategies to avoid that problem. Weeding does not have to be as hard on our bodies thanks to a lot of these tools. And I'm going to talk about a few of my favorites. So the secret to winning the war on weeds is starting early. We want to take a look at these weeds, and by the time that they're just starting to pop out of the ground, that's the time to weed them. Some of these weeds here, as you can see, the chickweed, that started last winter, and we're going to have to hand pull that or maybe use our 3-prong hoe. The basic idea is that we are starting early, we're weeding frequently, we're only disturbing the top inch of soil, and we're weeding in the morning, and the main method of killing our weeds is exposing their roots to the sun and desiccating those roots so that they don't come back. But again, I can't stress enough, the most important part of this process: start early, weed frequently, and do nice, easy work. So let's take a look at some of my favorite tools for weeding here. First of all, this is an all-time favorite, the stirrup hoe. And ideally we're using this hoe. It's close to us. We're just disturbing the top inch of soil. We're able to easily work around our plants and get those little weeds that are just starting to come up. I can move down the row quickly, easily. I can keep my back straight. I've got good form, and this is not going to be a frustrating process. It's kind of nice, actually. It makes me feel like I'm bringing order to the world. The next tool I'll talk about is the collidial hoe. This piece of metal here is about 6 inches long, and it's dull on one side and very sharp on the other. So with this tool, again, we are able to work with our back nice and straight. And I like this because I'm able to get under my irrigation lines if I have those and easily work around my plants. And again, we're just disturbing that top inch of soil and exposing the roots of the weeds that are starting to pop up. So for some of our winter annual weeds that have already gotten good strong roots in the ground, and some of our grasses as well, we need a stronger approach. I like using this 3-tine hoe. It's able to get into the root base, yank everything up pretty easily. So for grassy weeds such as this one, these are very difficult to pull up by hand, and this is a pulled back just waiting to happen. And that again is why I like to use this 3-tine rake. It very easily helps us to come at it, just a few different sides here. And we're going to be able to use this to yank up this gigantic root base a lot easier than if we were to try and do this by hand. Makes the work quite a bit easier. And then with these big grasses, we just shake all the soil off. You can see why grasses are so important for soil retention. You can see why they make a good cover crop. And you can see why they're so good at holding soil in place and yanking nutrients out of the ground. It's a weed because it's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes we might like to have this in other parts of the yard.